All of your brands feel like the worst fucking form of small talk, and I'm kind of over it. So I'm gonna show you some I'm gonna give you a quick little exercise to do. We're gonna talk about Duality. So Rode just sold for $1 billion. I think it was like a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna tell you why. There's a group of people who don't understand why, and the other group who's like, I get it. I'm the group, I get it. I obviously knew that was gonna happen. When I knew it was gonna happen, when the LA pop up, I wanted to go to it so bad. It was a line wrapped around Melrose 2 blocks. I'm not going to stand in line for a lip balm. That's fucking crazy. The reason why Rode sold for $1 billion and has a crazy ass community is because of Duality. You have to be a layered brand. You cannot just come onto a platform, come to any platform and be flat. Y'all are like diluted brands. There's no layering. There's no way to, connect from different entry points. There's nothing. Where Rode wins is because they are positioned as a luxury brand, but newsflash, it's not luxury. The luxury makeup brands are like Summer Friday, Charlotte Tilbury. Summer Friday sells their lip balm for $25. Rode is selling it for $18. But a girl would rather have the Rode. When you have Rode in your makeup bag, you feel like a it girl. And the thing is about Rode, it's not really supposed to give club makeup. It's not necessarily like where you have a whole look on like you're about to go to a wedding or some shit. Or you're about to go out on the town. It's the chillest makeup ever. It's not even for it. But the girl having that in their makeup bag is equivalent to them having the Charlotte Tilbury, the Merit, the Westman Atelier. I know y'all don't know about the makeup brands. Just look them up and you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's equivalent to it. But all of those are super luxury, high-end makeup brands. But the $20 blush compared to the $60, $70, sometimes Westman Atelier blush, they're going to pick up the Rode. The Westman Atelier is going to give you a full look, right? But I'm going to pick up that Rode because it still is luxury. It's cheaper. There's so much duality within Rode that's their cheat code. That's why they sold for $1 billion. And your brand could do that shit if you think in a layered way. I'm going to get more into this. Y'all don't have anything that makes the customer feel like you're worth an inch of their fucking time. When I mean an inch of their time. If we are looking at the brand as a brand room, is your brand room big enough to have all your consumer interests stuffed in there? Or do you pack it and, or do you cut it off? Do you cut it off because you think the algorithm is not going to like that? Or you think that you tried to show like your interest that the consumer would like and you only got 300 views, so you're like, oh yeah, the algorithm doesn't like this shit, I'm not doing it no more. So you cut off your own supply, which is the duality. Your supply to fuel your fucking brand is duality. The contrasting of vibes. If everybody's obsessed with Chris Hine right now, if you don't know who he is, go look it up. The perfect way to describe Chris Hine is he's a gay white guy who loves like underground rap music, and he dresses like he's from like 2000s, but at the same time it's like New York finance guy mixed with 2000s Pharrell fashion type of look, all going on at once. Why do people like him so much? Because of that. It's too much going on, but it's packed in a great way that he can post on his TikTok and people are going to be like, what the fuck is this? And I need to be a part of this right now. You have to think of your brand and the consumer as a relationship. It has to be layered. It has to have conversations. It has to have a stance on something. It has to be wild and crazy and fun. The only part of your brand that should take one side is how the consumer is supposed to be, how they're supposed to act, how are they supposed to walk in your brand rule. That is what is going to set you apart. That's why Rode sold for $1 billion. That's why Supreme, even though people say Supreme's done, it never will be done because there's so many vibes going on at one time. The only thing that they're for sure about is the consumer. Everything else, free game, and they could combine it together and make it great. Brands that walk over everybody have two vibes going on at once consistently. Vibes or like undertones, like with Road, it's luxury and accessible. You want your brand to be a walking contradiction, kind of, right? Right. You only should be sure about the vibe of the consumer. Your consumer craves duality since they need multiple entry points. Duality creates multiple entry points. If you have different ways to get into your fucking brand, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have these consumers from different entry points coming in. And then what happens after that? Right. You get your group. You get your group that came from all the shit that you like. Right? Right. Hopefully you're on the same page. So, in order for everybody to kind of clock in with this and so you can have a brand that works, you're going to ask yourself, right? You're going to start with emotional contrast. Who is your customer when they feel strong? Who are they when they feel weak? Layer tone plus visual world. Copy, funny and serious. That's the perfect base example for y'all, right? Visuals, polished and imperfect moments. Right. So you're going to look at your copy and your visuals and see what the vibes are. How can you, duality vibes it, right? Tap into identity transformation. This is the main one. You have to genuinely sell a shift. When people watch your brand and when people watch your content, they should literally, like, after they're done, want to become the video. Become whatever the fuck you post. Become it in a sense of you might have changed their brain chemistry a little fucking bit, or they're going to buy something because they've seen that in the video and they're like, that's hard. It doesn't even have to be your brand. It doesn't have to be your brand. It could be something else. You just want them to understand that you move them. So they're always going to come back to you. So, let's think about Telfar as well. Telfar, it's not just a bag necessarily. It is like a cultural mirror. It's affordable and exclusive. What does that sound like? Road. It's luxury and it's everyday. It's fashion and identity. That's duality. That's why Telfar is a big ass brand. Your brand needs to tap into that same emotional tension. Brands need tension, duality, contrasting, contradictions. Brands need all of that because why? You're building a relationship with somebody. It's going to have all of that. Right? So, don't piss me off, guys. Right? Are y'all understanding that? You cannot be a flat brand. It cannot just be nothing. It can't just be one thing. It needs to be everything. The only thing that you should have a stance on is the consumer. Everything else, free for all. Add a whole bunch of shit, mix it in. Make it into something new. That's why people be like, I want to make something new. Making something new is grabbing shit and you know how to put it in a pot and give it to somebody. That's what making new is, right? I don't think people need to reinvent the wheel. Everything has already been done. Everyone needs to do now is combine everything you like together, and that's when new becomes, right? So if you get creative director for a day today, I'm going to give the people who buy today Build a Cult a day for free. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching this, and really do that exercise. Create a layered brand.